Hey guys, it's Mike, owner of Viridian Dice, and owner manager of Viridian Dice, and I've got this all wrong, and owner of Voltage Video Games. Today I want to talk a little bit about haggling at Voltage or at a video game store, at a local store that you are near or shop or frequent. I specifically heard my friend Pat Contry talk about this topic with his co-host Ian Ferguson, and they had a conclusion that I have a different conclusion. So their conclusion was, or Ian's conclusion was that, hey, when you go to a local store like Voltage Video Games or a local hobby shop, you should not haggle. Their point was, it's a store, they have set prices, you don't go into Walmart and haggle, so you should not haggle at your local game shop. And I don't know that I agree. In fact, I think I disagree. And I get their point, and it's a good point. You're not going to a flea market as long. And Ian's point further and said, like, look, if their prices are really unreasonable, then don't shop there. Don't give them business. Let them die out. And survival of the fittest. I can understand that position. I don't know. I have a different tact. So when people come into Voltage and they want to haggle, what I've trained my employees, when I tell my employees is, first, if they're buying a lot of stuff, yeah, you should probably do something for them. And Ian, to his credit, did mention that like he would do that as well. Okay, and he even said that he would just do that automatically. I don't know that we would do that automatically. We might in some cases, and sometimes if you ask, we might. But in a situation where you're not buying a lot of stuff, the way we view it is it's a good way for us to check to make sure that our prices are reasonable. So you come up and say, hey, can you do any better on this game? What we actually do is we look up the going rates on that game. And so we get basically information. That information is really helpful because we might find, hey, we have that game priced at $15. And then we look around on the internet and we go, wow, the going rate is really like 20 to 25. So now we have that information and we come back to the customer and we say, actually, if anything, we need to raise the price of that game. So I'm not going to do that. Like, you want to buy that 15, you're good. But if you leave, we're probably actually going to raise the price. It's actually a really reasonable price. And what does that do? Well, one, we now know if they don't buy it that we should raise it and that it goes for more. Two, it tells the customer, hey, we're actually a really good deal. And you should jump on that and feel good about buying it at that price. A lot of times they're like, oh, shoot, yeah, awesome. I'm glad. Like, they feel like even though they're paying the same amount on the sticker that they previously tried to get a lower price on, they're like, they feel good about the fact that they're only paying $15 now. Boom, that's scenario one. That works out great for everyone. We either, could raise the price, or they usually feel pretty good about us and about the price they're paying. The next scenario is we find out that the price is about right. Well, if the price is about right, then a lot of times what we'll do is we'll either say, it's actually priced reasonably, and so well, I can't really do any better. And they go, well, at least I'm getting a fair deal, and they feel fine about it. Or we go, we'll take off $1 or $2 just to make you feel good. It's not really costing our business a lot to do that, but it gives us a reputation for being reasonable, for working with people, keeps people happy. I can't tell you how many times I've taken off like $1, and the customer just feels really good. And they say like, oh, thanks for doing that for me. It's like, it's $1. Yeah, it adds up, but I don't know, the goodwill adds up too. So that's kind of what I see there. There's just goodwill being earned. Yeah. And the third scenario is we actually figure out that like we have it priced at 15. It's actually going for more like 10 to 12. And what we say is, yeah, I can actually do better for you. I'll knock it down to $12 for you. And we change the price in our system right then and there, and we go and reprice everything. So them asking actually gave us a good incentive to check the price and make sure our prices are reasonable. To Ian's point that like, hey, if the prices are really unreasonable, don't shop there. Well, this is a good way to just like have a check, especially if someone comes in and says like, that seems kind of high. That's a great, that gives us even more reason to check the price. And if they're right, tell them they're right and fix it. And if they're wrong, say, actually, I see it going for more. And then maybe they just need a correction on like, on their, I had seen it going for less. Oh yeah, it was going for less a year ago, but the prices have changed. And they go, oh, okay. And everybody's on the same page. So yeah, my impression is like, I think it's okay to haggle within reason. We've certainly had people come in and who are just obnoxious. We've actually had to ban some people from the store because they just kept pushing. They kept asking for more, for more, for more. They won't take no for an answer. They'll what's the word when you just berate people about pricing. If you're gonna do that, don't shop at a local store and stay out of my store. Like those people are the worst, and I can't stand them. But if you're just like, hey, can you do a little better on this game or that game once in a while, or I feel like I've seen this game for a little less, could you price check it for me? Like that's something we're very willing to do, and I think it helps everyone. And I feel like other stores should, but other stores have their own policies. It sounds like if you go into Ian's store, which I think is called Luna in San Diego, it sounds like they won't do that. So, that's just my take, though, on whether or not haggling is good and how we would handle it at Voltage. Okay. Hopefully that's interesting and helpful. If you did find that helpful or interesting or whatever, I'm making more content a lot like this content that you just watched. So if you could give me, I guess likes help. I don't know. But definitely subscriptions help. So yeah, hit the subscribe button. Thanks. Bye.